Okay, pumpkins. Literally the only thing I've done to this one is scored around the edges. Every edge I've scored round, just save a bit of time on the video. Right, the picture is that. Jason. So everything black is a pumpkin. Leave that, don't touch it. Yellow and orange. The orange is just going to be around the edge. I'll come to that in a bit. The yellow, go as deep as you can with the knife when you're scoring it, but don't cut all the way through, because literally you're going to take quite a bit off, but not all of it. You'll see I haven't chopped the top yet. I'm leaving that till I gut it, because everything, all the highlights will work when I gut it. Okay, so yeah, here we go. This will go one of two ways, work or in the bin. So I'm going to go, I'll talk through the tools when I change them. This one, I'm pretty sure it's a candle wax tool, but it's all I've done is sharpened it. These I've brought no end over the years, and personal preference, I prefer these because they last me. Okay, so I hope you can see this. I'm having trouble seeing it on the video. So just literally taking out the yellow bits. If you want any pictures, if you go on my Facebook page, feel free to go in the pumpkin bit and print off any. Saves people buying them. Yeah, so I've literally gone the depth of this into the pumpkin. And the only reason I do it this way is because usually I'll sell them and I can get about 3 weeks out of them. As soon as you start cutting into them, then they start rotting. I mean, you can do this same way, but you'll need to cut an hole in the back and an hole in the lid to let the air flow. Otherwise it won't light. I use electric lights, or you can use glow sticks. The bendy one I'm doing for a friend, he's using glow sticks, so he's going to bring some down when I carve it, just so I can get the right depth and the right amount when I gut it, so it shines through. So you're literally not taking that much off. So it's just making sure when you score it, you remember, just make sure you've scored everything that you need to. Because I've done it myself, I've missed a bit and I've chopped it off and I've had to chuck the pumpkin. Obviously, now you can fast forward to the end. This might take a while. I don't know. This is, I mean, you get, it's keeping it simple, but you get the maximum effect. Or you can just carve it. I've never ever carved a face. Never. No, anyway, just me. This bit does get a bit tedious, just taking out little bits. But again, you get this bit done and that's it. All the rest is done from the inside. Like I say, I can get roughly about 3 weeks out of these. Obviously the lid will start going a bit soft, but I don't think at this moment in time you can actually see too much. So you're not really taking much off. And once I've done this, I'll stop the video and then I'll have to go out in the garage to gut it. Because the last thing I want in the house is pumpkin guts. And then I'll post a photo when it's all lit up and see, once you get them you can just scrape a little extra here. I'm just gonna tilt it a minute. But like I say, the tools you can buy them off eBay and that, but they recommend the tools for doing putty and clay. I've had them and I've literally stuck them in the pumpkin and they fell apart. Right, now another tool. Same thing, candle. I've just sharpened it. And they're not really that dear. And they've lasted me years. And back to the original one. Actually cut that. There's the one I missed. I'm going to try and make this as fast as possible because all I will say is, again, personal preference. When you're cutting next to two lines, and you know, like here and here, when you dig in, hold your knife at an angle, so it's cutting away from it. So when it comes to taking it out, you won't slip and. Oh, I'm just gonna. Literally just tucking out little bits. Like I say, usually other years I've sold them and I can start at least 2 weeks in advance, and then all the ones what are not using or are using candles, I have to leave them as late as possible, just due to the fact that they start rotting pretty much as soon as you cut into them. So I do apologise if you're not getting any of this. I'm just not used to videoing them. I'm trying to do it so you can see it, where it's not too awkward, too old. So that's it so far. In a minute I'll bring the bigger one out, and then I mean it is pretty much done on the outside. Going back to the big one. Another thing what you find is when you're cutting at an angle, you get a bit more shading when you put a light in. Right. So, going back to the original, just taking out the close bits, what I need to. And then I'll bring the main one out. Sorry if you can't see, it's trying to cover as much as I can. I mean, people might find an easier way of doing it. People do ask me if I use a Dremel, not on the real pumpkin. I have done before, I've tried it and I've just been covered in pumpkins, so I'd love to get my hands on a fake pumpkin, but unfortunately they don't do them in the UK. And then the last time I was in America, near Halloween, I nipped into Walmart and they said, no, we're getting them in next week. Which I was a day from going home. See, so literally you're just going just below the skin, really. You can take more out, but like I say, most of it you do from the inside. But once you've done this, you can just smooth it out and pretty much do what you want with it. Right, I'm going to get the big one back. I think my dogs think I'm talking to them. So that's it so far. And back on the big, still on the big one. So this bit you can be as rough as you want, just try not to take anything off that you need. Going back to the small one. Usually as well, I'll start drawing my pumpkin stencils around probably August, but this year with glasses I've actually been lucky to get any done because it's just been that busy. Some of them I am doing, some of them I just ain't got the time. Well, and the pumpkins. So the nun, I can't do that one because I haven't got the pumpkin for it. And what was the other one? Ah, the clam. It's a bit late with work to go hunting for the right size pumpkins. And back to the big one. I think these tools you get a set of 6 and they costed about £5. I don't know what that will be in US dollars, probably $6-7, I don't know. But they are worth it. Like I say, I've had them years. I've tried all sorts and they just break. But I pretty much use these on every pumpkin. Again, I'm going to apologise if you can't see it. It's a bit awkward to, like I say, it's the first time I've done a video on them, so I'm just a bit awkward trying to hold it so you can see it and pick at it. Well, like I say, once I've got this bit done, I'll have to stop the video. I'll go out and gut it. That is literally all I'm going to do, gut it. I won't touch the front anymore. What you see here is all I'll do. I'm just trying to cover everything. Bit there. Yeah, I'm just trying to cover everything so you can, don't know, maybe have a crack at one. So it's these bits you have to be careful of, the eyes. The last thing you want to do now is slip. And also, you don't have to be a great artist, really, or anything. Because the other year I drew them out and my nephew come down, asked me how to do it, and he helped me. I just made sure he didn't knacker them up. Alright, so that's it so far. Don't look much. I'm just trying to get the little bits out at the moment. 4 o'clock. Going back to the big one. So far I've only used 2 tools. So there's nothing special. Back to the small one. Likewise, if you know an easier way, feel free to comment. I might try it on one of my other pumpkins. This is just a way that works for me, the amount I have to do, so. So far this has took me 21 minutes. And it's nearly done on the outside. Probably take about 5 minutes to gut. So maximum you're probably going to be 30-35 minutes doing a pumpkin. So reverting back to the drawing, the yellow is the bit I'm doing there. Go as deep as you can, but not all the way through. The orange, I'll be on that in a sec. And also leaving it rough on the outside, when you get the light on it, you will get a bit more of effect. Right, so far, just let me make sure. Yeah. That's adjacent so far. Don't look much at the moment. Lid's still on. Right, now for the orange bit of the picture. I'm literally just taking the skin off. If I can find my tool. So I'm just literally going to take the skin off. So for that, I'm going to use a little chisel. Just so I don't cut too deep. Like I say, I've already scored it. And again, this will just let enough light through. But the less you take off the outside, the more you can do from the inside. This is the tricky bit where you got 2 lines. Yeah, you got the dark bit, so you've got to try and do it so you don't cut all the way through. But I'm literally just taking, I don't know if you can see that, literally just taking the skin off. Like I say, I'll get this done. And then later I'll gut it. And then post a photo. But you've literally just seen me carve it. So I won't do, like I say, I won't do any more to the outside. Everything else I'll take from the inside. And you do one and you want a candle, just cut an hole in the back to let the air through. Cut an hole in the lid. Usually I drill into the stem, so it acts as a chimney. Just starting this side. Again, I'm just taking the skin off. If you do print one of my pictures off, just remember the yellow, go deep, the black, don't touch it, and then the orange, just the skin. Quite welcome to try any of them, just print them off. They are free, you don't have to like anything, you don't have to join anything, you don't even have to friend request. If you want to see all my pumpkins, just go to KD Glasses again, just go in the photos, and then I've got them all in there, what I've done over years. Again, no friend requests or anything, no signing up for out. Nothing for sale. No tie brides. Nothing. Just go in, print them off, done. That is pretty much done. So that has took me 27 minutes. You just can't see it that cracking. I'm sorry about that. Which one? Oh, I'm just gonna. That will, well, should be Jason Voorhees. So I'll post take it out later, gut it, but this is all I'm going to do on the outside. I'm not going to touch that anymore. Everything else will be done from the inside. Okay. Have fun.